So guys, out of all the things that are supposedly launching by the latter part of this year, the most exciting one and the product that is going to be making the biggest splash, that has got to be the new low-cost affordable model. This vehicle is going to be the very first in the lineup that is going to be bringing the appeal of an SUV, but at the same time, the price point of a regular sedan or possibly even lower. In recent months, multiple prototypes have been spotted worldwide, suggesting a global launch is imminent. The new model was developed to maintain competitiveness in an increasingly crowded market in many parts of the developing world. This strategy focuses on producing a more affordable Model Y variant without any major changes to the battery, powertrain, or chassis. Since the initial reports, multiple Model Y prototypes have been spotted testing across China, featuring clear exterior updates such as the redesigned rear end. In India, several photos and videos have surfaced showing the low-cost Model Y variant with similar exterior changes. These images provide an up-close look at the updated design, marking some of the earliest sightings of this vehicle. Then now, moving forward closer till today, we have gained more clarity on what the end product will turn out looking like. A new video from China offers what appears to be the first real-world look in broad daylight at Tesla's much-anticipated affordable model. The footage reveals a wide range of changes aimed at reducing production cost and simplifying the design, with notable differences from the current Model Y, both exterior and interior styling. Tesla has brought back the original front fascia design, splitting the headlights apart and completely removing the light bar. At the rear, the distinctive indirect light bar has been fully stripped. The reflective portion of the taillight has been simplified and now the same color as the rest of the body panels. And then for the most significant exterior changes we've ever seen before, the glass roof has now been fully replaced by a solid metal roof, marking it the very first time for Tesla on any model currently being sold. Alright, now we're not going to get into every little detail because there is a ton more on the inside. There is a little mixture of sexy and Cybertruck, which makes this a really big deal. If you want to know more about that, I will drop a link in the description below. We can talk all about the changes going from the center console all the way to the rear trunk. But overall here, the gist of this car is that it's going to be a fully fledged SUV, full length, full performance, full everything. And it's going to be coming at a price point much more affordable for the average Joe. This means that the family that does want to get into the Tesla for the very first time, which can't fit into a Model 3 but can't afford the original Model Y, is now going to be able to afford this perfect middle ground, the affordable Model Y. Of course, however, it is good to keep in mind that this is going to come with some drawbacks. It is not going to be like the regular Model Ys with all the exclusive and premium features. However, they are going to come with the main fundamentals of this car. You are going to get the Tesla experience, you're going to get the center display, and you are going to get the full self-driving experience. This is going to pack a ton of things that you wouldn't get in any other cars on the market today. And the final question we all want to know is where this is going to be sold and when are we going to get our hands on one. And it looks like our first answer to that is finally here. During Tesla's earnings call, Elon confirmed that the low-cost Model Y is in development, with production having started nearly 2 months back. Now, a month later, everything appears to be on track for an imminent release across all regions and all gigafactories. Recently spotted by Eric's Pad on X, a covered Tesla prototype was seen on Seaside, California, about 2 hours from Fremont factory. The car featured aero wheel covers with no spoiler, suggesting it's not the performance trim but likely the upcoming low-cost Model Y being tested for the North American market. As well, around the same time, a recent drone shot by Tobias on X highlighted several covered-up vehicles sitting within a fence area outside of Giga Berlin factory. And upon closer inspection, it appears that these are also not performance trim, nor is it the Model Y L exclusive to the Chinese market. So through process of elimination, this has got to be the affordable model preparing to be hauled away. And finally, perhaps the clearest sign that the production is in full swing and ready for announcement, a semi-truck loaded full of Teslas was spotted in Jiangsu province headed towards a Tesla showroom delivery center. Among the various models on board, one was completely covered up and tightly sealed with duct tape. Despite the covering, its body shape clearly matches a Model Y, suggesting the concealment is to hide its yet to be announced affordable model. What's further interesting once we start to analyze all the little details is that Tesla has done things to this car we've never seen on any other concealed cars before while being hauled away. It has been covered up in leather body wrap instead of the traditional gray fabric. There is intensive duct taping around the entire body, multiple breathing holes for the front grille, and a tiny little window for the front bumper camera to see through. Then completely opposite from what they've done with the rest of the car, where they typically cover up the windshield to avoid any possible early leaks, they've decided to leave it uncovered. So with that, we see directly inside and grabbed our very first glimpse of the updated white bucket seats. Now with all that being said, however, what's more important is that we can officially confirm by looking at the side and the rear of the car that this is not the Performance nor the Model YL by looking at its badges. So this then leaves us with one possibility, and that is the affordable Model Y production has officially begun and initial vehicles rolling off of the line are now being shipped to local showrooms, and once everything is set up, it could be a matter of days before Tesla officially announces this car to the public. Alright, so there we have it. This is probably one of the most anticipated cars of the year. I know a ton of you guys have been messaging me about when you can expect this car to be announced. There are also a lot of interest in the Performance and the Model YL, but not at the sheer number of people messaging me and asking about this specific car. And once it does get announced, this is going to be one of the best-selling electric vehicles on the market. I can assure you of that. I can't say for the Chinese market or anywhere outside of North America, but I can tell you that there is huge demand within the US for a smaller vehicle at this price point, and especially with the federal incentive still available right now. If Tesla really wants to push this car and sell as many of them as possible at the lowest price possible, they should start pumping out these cars any day now, any moment now. You see this car get announced, it could be within days that people start taking delivery. Now obviously we can't say for sure what's going to happen. They could ultimately end up just stockpiling this car but making them available inside of a showroom for us to start viewing, but not make them available to be delivered. And once the deadline hits September 30th, they can replace the $7,500 loss with the gain of a $7,500 discount on the Model Y affordable. And this is where it's going to spark a lot of talk, whether you're really saving, whether it's better to buy a used Model Y or waiting out for the newer one. This is a really hard choice and a really debatable topic. Would you rather pick either or? Let me know in the comments below. But either way, I will keep my eyes out for anything that comes up and update you as quickly as possible. So I would love it if you stick around and hit that subscribe and that bell notification if you haven't already done so. And follow me on X at HeyJohnny. Over there, you will see things you wouldn't see over here, and you can chat with me anytime, and I'll respond as quickly as possible. Anyways, this should be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.